I think it's fair to say that I have the toughest job in town today. Except for the job that you have. Your job may just be a little bit tougher, but your job, and like my job, both have a central focus, a single objective, and that objective is justice, obviously. It's going to be a long trial.
And here we are now, several months later, in this search for justice. You hear a lot about this talk about justice. I guess Dr. Martin Luther King said it best when he said that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And so we are now embarked upon this search for justice, this search for truth, this search for the facts to do it. None of us were out there on June 12th, 1994. We can only deal with the witnesses as they were. And it seems to me that this case, the prosecution's case, based on what we heard in the evidence, will show this case is about a rush to judgment, an obsession to win at any cost and by any means necessary.
So, Mr. Simpson, and this appears to me as a layperson to be a man in pretty good shape. Would that be your evaluation?
Well, to look at him, you know, he really has the physique, certainly when I saw him, of Tarzan. I mean, he's extremely well musculared. He has, by vision and also by, you know, feeling, you can feel a level at the waist, in the thigh, your flank, your triceps area. You can estimate a man's and a woman's body fat, and he's got a very, very low body fat, and he really does appear to be Tarzan. Curiously, some people have these phenomenal builds and really aren't in all that great aerobic shape. There are some very lucky people that looks can be deceiving, and certainly in his case, although he looked like Tarzan, you know, he was walking more like Tarzan's grandfather.
Let's talk about your testimony at the grand jury. Mr. Goldberg, I'm now at testimony of June 22nd, 1994, at page 379, line 8. Do you recall being asked questions about the blood drops at Bundy and who swatched them?
At Bundy, yes.
All right. Were you asked these questions, and did you give these answers? Question: were there blood drops next to those shoe prints? Answer: yes, there were. Question: did you attempt to retrieve and preserve the blood found in those blood drops? Answer: yes, I did. Question: what did you do? Answer: I transferred the blood drops onto cloth squares or cloth swatches. Did you tell the grand jury that Andrea Mazzola, a person who was in training, swatched those blood drops 47, 48, 49, 50, and 52? Did you tell them that?
I'd ask for transcript and page.
No, the question is, did he tell the grand jury that? Yes or no?
I don't recall that I did tell them that.
And let me come back to Mark Furman for a minute, just so it's clear. Did he lie when he testified here in this courtroom saying that he did not use racial epithets in the last 10 years? Yes. Is he a racist? Yes. Is he the worst LAPD has to offer? Yes. Do we wish that this person was never hired by LAPD? Yes. Should LAPD have ever hired him? No. Should such a person be a police officer? No. In fact, do we wish there were no such person on the planet? Yes.
Wrong. It occurred to me how they were going to come here and stand up here and tell you how O.J. Simpson was going to disguise himself. was going to put on a knit cap and some dark clothes, and he was going to get in his white Bronco and this recognizable person and go over and kill his wife. That's what they want you to believe. That's how silly their argument is. And I said to myself, maybe I can demonstrate this graphically. I'm going to show you something. This is a knit cap. I'm going to put this knit cap on. And you've been seeing me for a year. If I put this knit cap on, who am I? I'm still Johnny Cochran with a knit cap. And if you look at O.J. Simpson over there, and he has a rather large head, O.J. Simpson in a knit cap from 2 blocks away is still O.J. Simpson. It's no disguise. It's no disguise. It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
From the standpoint of a frequent freeway commuter, it terrifies me to think that I could be held responsible for something that I really can't promise myself I would have avoided in the similar circumstance, you know, even with perfect concentration. So I tend to start on the side of, wow, it's a horrible accident and I wish it hadn't happened, but if it was unavoidable, which it seems possible that it was, I don't know. We'll see.
It's obvious to me that they were both at fault. The child should have been more responsible, should have looked both ways, should have used the tunnel as long as he was aware of what the tunnel was for. The driver has some responsibility because she did hit him, whether she did everything in her power to stop the car, whether she was able to stop the car or not. Again, as I said before, the injuries are there. I think he should receive compensation. My only concern is whether they should receive the full compensation or if the blame should be shared. I don't like to blame the victim, but I do believe the child had a lot of responsibility in this.
Let's not forget the third.